So I have left San Marcos, Texas, where I was visiting my daughter. Now I am up in East Texas, which is where I'm from. So that's kind of cool. Get to visit my old stopping grounds, which include the state park I'm about to go to, which is called Purtis Creek State Park. It's very small. Take you there for the weekend. Hello.
Electric windshield on the inside. Gates lock at 10 if you're out after 10. Still doing the deep cleaning on the restroom down there from 7:30 to 8:30 every morning.
Alrighty.
Alrighty.
Thank you so much. It actually just occurred to me that my gray tank is pretty full, so I'm gonna go ahead and empty that before I settle into the campsite. Looks like me right over here. Oh, nice, right on the water. Go check out this fishing pier over here. Oh, they got a little place you can clean the fish and everything over here. That's cool. Catch some largemouth bass, blue catfish. I mean, they really have all the facilities set up for you. You got a little trash can out here and everything. Some lights out there for night fishing. Beautiful. All right, so it's really cold. I want to go back to the van and try to warm up a little bit. Sandwich is delicious. Definitely hits the spot. So I got the trash taken out, and really at this point, I think I am just gonna go to bed. So at this park, there's really not a lot to see. It's not really any views. You're just kind of walking through the wood. I'm not gonna take you with me on any hikes, and I was kind of thinking like, what do I want to show you? And I don't think I've done kind of a formal van tour. So I think tomorrow when I wake up, I'll probably move the van somewhere else, and I'll show you the van and how I live in it. It's not gonna be like a technical spec tour or anything like that. Just basically how I've outfitted this van to live in it full time. Getting pretty tired. See you in the morning. All right, so I think I got the van about ready to move and take care of a few more things. I forgot. I got new deodorant. It's Night Panther. Smells pretty good. Just thought that was a funny name. My floors are pretty dirty. I figure I need to clean up for the van tour a little bit, so you get to watch me do that, I guess. Oh yeah, I always forget these locks here. All right, I think the rest of them are good. Figured it makes sense to start on the outside, so we'll start out about there. All right, so here's the outside of the van here. This is a Storyteller Beast mode. We've come around here to the front, got the all-terrain BF Goodrich tires. And over here we have the ladder to get up to the roof. I'll show you up there in a minute. And then right here, if you want to plug into shore power, just 30 amps. And then whenever I want to fill up with fresh water, it goes to my 20-gallon, I think it's 20-gallon freshwater tank. And got the spare tire on the rear. And I also have the Alvan's box, which I just keep all my equipment I need for filling up the water, emptying my gray tank, and so forth. But it's a swing away bike mount. So that way if I want to open my rear doors, I can simply swing this out and then both the rear doors will open all the way. If I did have a second bike on here, that would be a problem. That's the reason I have it on the second mount, because it won't open all the way if I have it right there. So that's the reason for that. Over on this side here, this is a little connector for more solar, and then just a standard 110 outlet out here. So I also have the Alvan step right there. And then again here on the driver's side. And then I have the Alvan's ladder that takes you up to the roof. We'll go up there real fast. I did just add these, or Max Tracks, just in case I get stuck. And then this is something else I recently added, Blink security system. You can see I just have those Velcroed and zip tied on, and I've taken this to Big Bend and had no issues. So I'll leave it like that for now. And up here we have 2 seats. We have one right here over the AC unit, and then another one over here. And these just sort of fold up, and they also have cushions that kind of lay down as well. So that's kind of nice. And then this right here fits the umbrella, which is right up here. So that's kind of fancy, but it's kind of nice if it's a hot day and you need some shade. Got my Starlink mounted up here, so that way I'm connected. And then just an 80-watt solar panel, so not really a lot. So again, this is the 144-inch wheelbase. So the reason I definitely wanted the shorter Sprinter is because this will fit in a standard parking spot. So I can park this anywhere, which is great for like stealth camping, even though this really isn't a stealth camping van, because you can very clearly see it's a camper. I'll show you the inside of the van now. Right as you open the door here, there's a little cubby there. I just keep some flip-flops in there. I got a table here, kind of folds out, which is nice because it's also got a 110 plug there. So if I want to do my cooking out here on my cooktop, I just move it out here, can plug it in, good to go. Also right up there, there's a bug screen that just rolls down, and that way it keeps the bugs out. Now right here as you're coming in the van, you can see just under the seats, I use those as cubbies. Maybe not the best place, but it works. So the first thing is you come in the van, so you've got some controls here. This is for the auxiliary port, so I have my Starlink hooked up directly to my aux port, which is on the roof, so that pretty much stays on most of the time. This is also my awning controls here, and then over here you've got your cabin lights, which controls the main lights, which are up there. And here we have the galley, so this is not the stock sink cover. This is actually a upgrade. Just wanted the wood, and then under here, a little sink, kind of folds up there. And then moving down here, you can see these are some other controls here for like my water pump. If you want to circulate your hot water, you'll get your hot water a lot faster if you hit that first. And then if your sink ever kind of backs up, you've got a small little macerator in there, I believe. So you can just hit that drain pump and it'll suck the water into your gray water tank. All right, so up here, added a paper towel holder, just makes it convenient. So it came with these storage compartments. They're just Velcroed on there, but they're really helpful. Like I use them for a lot of different things. Keep my silverware there. And over here, we have another 110 outlet. And then you have a 12 volt and then some USBs. So back here, under here, this is what they call the garage area. So this is underneath the main bed. So back here, again, lots of storage bags that Storyteller includes. I use them all. This is really what I use for all my storage needs down here. And then again, we have some more on this side. And again, it's kind of messy right now. I keep a stand-up paddleboard, just an inflatable back there. These right here are cushions for the upper deck seating system. I believe they call this L-Track from Canyon Adventure Vans. And this is just to kind of hang various things to kind of keep them out of the way. So also here in the back, we have our overhead cabinets. And what I do is I keep all my clothes in here. I bought these little baskets from Walmart. They fit in here perfectly. All my kind of long sleeve and pants on this side. And you can see, you can fit 3 of these. All right, moving on to the bed area. For me, I don't use this bed area at all, like for sleeping. There's nothing wrong with it. I just prefer having it kind of kept up for the extra space. I'll show you where I actually sleep later. The reason I keep everything in here is because sometimes when my kids come with me camping, I want to have a place for them to sleep, and I give them kind of the bigger bed up there. That makes it where I can sleep 2 people in here comfortably. Everyone has their own bed, so that's kind of nice. These right here are just bookshelf holders that I got, and I put Velcro on the bottom to keep this from falling while I'm driving. It's been working out pretty well. So just to show you how if you want to use this, and you just kind of pull this down, and this sets right here. Just a big platform for the bed up here. Now, What I will show you is what I consider the coolest thing about this van. This is probably the component of this van I use the most. This is my sleeping space, my living space, my workspace, and that's down here. This is called the Groove Lounge. So right now I have it in bed mode. So I'll show you how this works. So this cushion comes up right here, and then you can kind of just set this aside. This is what Storyteller calls the Groove Lounge. And it's got a lot of different configurations you can do. Let's say you have passengers. So this can safely transport up to 4 people. So if you have passengers, you simply fold this up, and you can fold this up here, and then this here. And then it's got a cushion that goes right here that holds the seat belts. And then you've got another seat right here that you can actually sit people in. And these seat belts over here, these have been pull tested, so they are completely safe. So while I have this seat flipped up, I'll show you my shower basin and where I keep my cassette toilet. When this is flipped down in bed mode, you can't access it, but if you flip this up again, you can see right down here we have the basin. So we can open that up. And you can see I keep my cassette toilet down here, some cleaning supplies. When I'm ready to shower, I pull all this out of the basin. I open up this overhead compartment here, and this has got their Halo shower system. So this basically comes out, this flips down, and you can unfurl the curtain into the basin, and then you've got a shower. And this actually has a hot water heater, so you can have hot water. Now, it does have only a 20-gallon fresh water tank, so the showers have to be abbreviated, to say the least. It does work in a pinch. I shower in here probably once or twice a week, honestly, and I supplement that with other Planet Fitness showers. This definitely works just fine. It's just not like a everyday shower situation you got whenever you live in a van. So that's something you got to get used to. All right, so I'll flip this back down, and you can see now I have just a seat here. This is actually where I sit whenever I'm trying to do work on my laptop. And this is kind of like easy office setup. So again, I showed you the L track in the back. I also have that up here. So I just hang a lot of various things. I also have a Max Air fan, which is nice. That's how I do most of my climate control, using that fan. And then it also comes with a little Bluetooth speaker, which I've heard a lot of people don't like this speaker, but I actually like it quite a bit. I use it all the time. One other thing I forgot to mention, this does come fully equipped with a microwave, which is crazy that you can be off-grid in this and use a microwave. And then inside the microwave, I actually store some pots and pans in here. Another Storyteller owner came up with these hot box little basket. So they're nice. They keep things from rattling in there. So right here, we have about 4 drawers down here. So this first drawer here, I just keep some spices in here, my induction cooktop. So I use this for all my cooking. And then here, full of kitchen stuff. And then I keep some pantry items in here. Down here, more kitchen stuff and just more food items. Yeah, this is a big drawer down here on the bottom too. So lots of storage in this thing. So right here, I was showing you the shower earlier. One more cabinet they have right over here. Keep a kettle in there so I can boil my water for the coffee. And then just some plates and cups. Moving on to the windows here. So I did upgrade the window covers. I got the Canyon Adventure Vans window covers, which have the zippers, which I really like. And these windows all open. You can see down there. Just kind of opens it from the bottom, which is nice if it's raining or something. Keep a little airflow going in here. And finally up here, this is the ModeCom system. So this is where you control everything in the van. So you've got your home screen here that tells you where your battery's at. So you can see at my current draw, I'm good for 3 days, which nothing's really on right now, so very low draw. But you got your inverter control here. You've got your fresh tank, gray tank gauges, so you can see where you're at, and your water pump and hot water. You can go over here to the lighting. So you've got the cabin lights that are on right now. You've also got reading lights. So if you turn those on, these all click on. And you've got one there. And this is honestly the one under the sink. This is the only one I ever use because it helps with cooking if I'm cooking down here. And it's got other ones that are over there. So that way if you use the back system, the bed, you've got reading lights. So that's nice. And then you've got your awning light control and your cargo lights. So the cargo light, if you want to light up your garage space, you can see back here, you've got these just little lights. And then you have your climate here. Right now, you can see the interior temp 70. You can set your target temp. It does have an air conditioner, which is nice, and a heater. But yeah, I think that pretty much sums up the ModeCom system. And you've got power switch here to shut the entire thing off or on. Toward the front of the van, so we've got more of these Velcro storage systems, which again, I use these quite a bit. And then on this side, lots of storage in here. Oh, and I forgot, there's another USB outlet right down there. This van actually comes with this lagoon mount right here. But what I found is this is kind of in the way, because if you use this lagoon mount, you can't open up your seat. So what I did is I got the driver's seat mount, and that's right down there. So that just affixes it right here. And really this table stays on there all the time, because now I can swing it around. You can see right there, I use it for additional, like if I'm cooking, I can keep stuff over here as well. Again, it functions as a desk too. So it's just nice to have that be able to swivel around. One last thing I did add on was this shelf, as well as these blackout curtains. You can see these here. And I keep a lot of my backpacking gear up there, all sorts of stuff. There's a ton of storage up there. Yeah, I love this. Before I got this, there was just stuff everywhere in here. If you're gonna make an upgrade to a Sprinter van, I definitely recommend getting some sort of headliner shelf, because it's very helpful. Moving on to the front. So I'm not gonna go into too much up here, but both of these seats do swivel completely around, so that's very nice. I don't use this very often. The only seat I actually swivel would be this one, and this is only if I have my kids with me, or if I have like a guest, I can swivel these around, and then, you know, I can sit here, they can sit there, and, you know, we each have kind of our own space. One thing I will say is I have really enjoyed all the upgrades that I've done to this van. I think every single one I use pretty frequently and can't imagine living in here without them. That's pretty much the tour. Hope you enjoyed it. And now back to the regular programming. So one thing I forgot to mention on the van tour, so I posted a video of like how you shower in this van, and there was a couple of comments. Oh, if you have a trust fund, or if you basically have a lot of money. Don't get me wrong, this van was very expensive. But the way I see it is that this is my home. Like, I don't have a home anywhere else, so this is it. I don't even have a storage unit anywhere else. Like, this van contains everything I own in it. So I don't have any of the overhead expenses of having my own place, like utilities, trash, water. Like, I don't have to worry about any of that. All my overhead is really just my van payment, which honestly, this is cheaper than when I was living in my apartment. Now, it's not a cheap lifestyle, don't get me wrong, and I'm not trying to say that, yeah, if you go get a van, you'll be able to cut costs, because not everyone will be able to do that. But for my particular situation, it kind of worked out. So if you're wondering like how I afford to make my payments, I did retire from the Air Force, so I spent 20 years in. So my military retirement covers the cost of my van. That's what enables me to afford this. If I did not have that retirement, there is no way I could afford to purchase this van and live in it full time. So I'm very blessed to have been able to serve my country for 20 years and get that retirement. Just wanted to address that. I'm not a trust fund baby. Wish I was. So I think I'm going to close it up this video. I will leave you with this. So this is my last weekend in Texas before I'm going to start my journey over to the East Coast. So I'm going to be eventually getting to DC. That's the end goal. But then after I get to DC, I'll be there for a few months. And then when summer hits, I'll be heading up north to escape the heat. Thanks for watching the video, and I will see you next time.